What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 to 48 hours. I have been out of commission as I have not had internet in North Africa, but now there is, and I am back and I'll be covering all the news since my internet outage. Firstly, Barcelona have signed 3 players: Ousmane Dembele, Raphinha, and Lewandowski. I uploaded a Lewandowski video last night if you want to check that out, but today I'll be covering the presentation and press conference of Ousmane Dembele and Raphinha as they have already taken place. I'll discuss it, analyze it, give you guys my thoughts, and we do have some big comments from Joan Laporta and also from Matteo Aneman, and then we gotta talk about Barcelona's next signing, which will be Jules Kounde. After seeing Lewandowski's deal over the past 24 hours, now the club are 100% focused on signing Lewandowski, but also Xavi reminded them in the background that a priority for him is Azpilicueta, and the club will also focus on him, but they have to wait for Chelsea to sign some other defenders. That way they can let Azpilicueta go, but Barcelona are preparing an official bid for Azpilicueta in the coming days. But of course, with players coming in and very, very fast, players will have to leave this club this summer. Firstly, big update on Frenkie de Jong. Barcelona and Manchester United have reached a full agreement on his package. The question now is, what will Frenkie de Jong decide? Stay and reduce his salary, or leave and join Manchester United? We also do have other exit updates on Memphis Depay. Looks like he's out the door. Martin Braithwaite, Umtiti, and future updates on Abde and Collado. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get the 300 likes on this video. Be very much appreciated. Also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Let's start off with the presentation of Ousmane Dembele. Of course, it is finally official. He has renewed his contract for 2 years with a base reduction salary of 40%. He put pen and paper a few days ago, I believe on Thursday. Finally, now the saga is over. Thank God for that. But let's get into the quotes that they said. Of course, there's no press conference for Ousmane Dembele as you expect. So let's get in and see what him and Laporta had to say. Started by saying, of course, it was Joan Laporta. He came out saying that I admire Dembele for his quality as a player and as a person. Today is a very important day for Barcelona. He has always wanted to stay, and the truth that he has made an effort to enter the new salary scale. Of course, hitting at the fact that he has taken a base 40% salary reduction. I'm very grateful to everyone who has worked for the Dembele continuation: Matteo Alemán, Jordi Cruyff, Ousmane himself, and of course the main man, Moussa Sissoko. Dembele has incomparable talent, very specific. He brings a lot. Xavi has loved him from the first moment. This year is very important. We have to win trophies. I'm convinced that he will achieve it at Barcelona, and today's very emotional day for me, for the coach. He loves you, but also the club does as well. And now we have the words of Ousmane Dembele. He came out saying, I'm very happy with the renewal. Barcelona's always been my dream club since I was little. I'm looking forward to start the season to help the team out. In the club, there are many people who helped me a lot. The first 3 years were difficult for me. Now I have the confidence of everyone, and I am much better as well. Staying was always my first choice. I told the president and the coach it's been a long time, but now everyone's happy. I'm looking forward to the season starting, to give everything and help to win titles. Barcelona has to fight for the league and the Champions League. Win the Champions League is a dream for me, and I'm going to give everything to achieve it. And he was asked finally, will this be your best year for Barcelona? He said that hopefully I'm going to give it my all on the pitch and in the gym. I hope it will be a great season for Barcelona. I'm just happy the saga is over. 8 months of negotiating back and forth, renewals rejected, and now finally it's over. Let's hope for the best of Ousmane Dembele. Again, it's only a 2-year renewal, so after the season ends, we're back to square one again. We're going to negotiate with him again. That way he does not leave on a free deal. But for now, for the next season, there'll be no noise on Ousmane Dembele. Hopefully he'll fully focus and help achieve Barcelona some glory. Now it's time for the big one, the presentation and press conference reaction of the signing of Raphinha. Oh my God, I've been waiting for this for a very, very long time. Of course, yesterday he signed the contract with Barcelona until 2027 with a release clause, I believe, of 1 billion euros as well. He joins that club with Ansu Fati, Pedri, Araujo, and soon to be Xavi as well. The saga as well with him is also finally over, but with Raphinha, of course, it was different. He did have a press conference. So let's now take a look at what Raphinha, Joan Laporta, and also Matteo Alemán had to say. Starting off with Raphinha. He came out saying, "I feel privileged to be here, excited. I'm fulfilling a child dream and hoping to be able to give the fans a lot of joy. Every day I try to evolve. I like to always look for the best for the group. I think that Barcelona, due to their greatness, always have to fight for titles. I spoke with Xavi once and it was an immense honor for me. He was a great player and is building an incredible career as a coach. I hope he helps me to be like him, a great player for Barcelona. I'm about to realize a big dream. I want to thank the president and everyone who worked on this deal. Visca Barca and Visca Catalonia." So great words there from Raphinha, of course, words of encouragement. Spoke about the comparison of himself with Ronaldinho and Neymar, saying that, "Look, I don't want to achieve what half they achieved and I'll be happy." Again, very, very exciting feeling with Raphinha in the squad. And of course, it was a player who Xavi wanted. Now, let's get into the words of Joan Laporta. He came out saying that Joga Bonito, which of course is the Brazilian term for a Barcelona player who's Brazilian, will return to Barcelona. We've always had a Brazilian player in Barcelona's successful times. I'd like to thank Deco, Mateo Alemán, Jordi Cruyff, who has worked really hard on this deal. Xavi insisted a lot on us that he liked Raphinha and wanted us to sign him. But with Joan Laporta, of course, he was asked other questions beside Raphinha. He was asked about the future of Frenkie de Jong. He said it's not true that the club is forced to sell Frenkie. It's Xavi's decision, but I understand that Frenkie de Jong will be on the tour to the USA. So again, shutting down those reports we will talk about, of course, later on in video. Then asked about Lewandowski. He said that Lewandowski is a Bayern Munich player. We respect Bayern. I have nothing more to say. Bayern had not responded to our offer for Lewandowski. That's all he had to say. He said, "I'll give you guys something." They have not responded to our offer still, so we're still waiting on that. "We are working very well, in my opinion, to prepare a competitive team for next season, and we are trying our best to get the request that the coach has asked for us." So again, we all know that Xavi's asked for Azpilicueta, Alonso, Lewandowski, Raphinha, Kounde, Kesse, and Christensen, and we're still awaiting some signings. 3 done, still around 4 more to go, and he hopes that he will complete the request of the manager. And finally, the big one in my opinion, Mateo Alemán. Of course, director of football, the one who makes all the magic happen. He was asked a few questions as well. He came out speaking about Frenkie de Jong as well. He said that Frenkie is a very important player for us and we count on him, but it is clear that there is an issue with FFP in Spain forcing us to sell players who have to leave. So he's saying, look, we want to keep Frenkie, but we have to still sell players. So that's another hint there as well. He was then asked about certain players not going to the US tour, like, the Deadwoods, Umtiti, Braithwaite, Ricky Puig, them lot Minguez as well. He said that from a sporting point of view, the decision is up to the coach. There are players that he doesn't count on, and we have to decide to keep them out so they can find a way out as well. So he's saying, look, there's some obvious ones there who will not be going to the US tour because they need to find a solution for them because the coach does not count on them. So we understand those players, your Minguez's, Umtiti's, Braithwaite's, Neto's, Pjanic, still a question mark. He's then asked about the situation of Ousmane Dembele. He said that Dembele, we are not in favor of talking about the negotiation. In the sporting aspect, there's always been a good relationship with Ousmane, but his contract was expiring and there was a very big difference. We understood that Ousmane Dembele had to have an important status in the squad, but appropriate to the new salary scale of the club. So he's saying, look, Dembele wanted to be a starter, we gave him that important role, but he wanted big money, but he had to come down in the limits of the new salary at Barcelona. And there was a big difference between the two parties, and that's why it's taken us 8 months to agree a contract. So basically all the reports coming out for Ousmane Dembele from, back in November until now were pretty much all correct. He also confirmed that Ousmane Dembele does have a release clause of 100 million euros. He was finally asked about the signing of Jules Kounde. He replied by saying that we're not in favor of giving names, first out of respect for the club and then to avoid harming the negotiation. We are weighing the opportunities offered by the market based on the coach's plan. So again, he's kind of reiterating the words of Joan Laporta, saying that, look, we are doing our best to give Xavi the squad he wants. Now, along with the attack, another priority for Barcelona this summer will be to reinforce the defense. Firstly, in the center back department, after the Lewandowski deal is over the line, the next priority for Barcelona will be the completion of the deal of Jules Kounde. Again, at the current moment, as I'm recording this video, it is a one-horse race with Barcelona and Kounde. First, coming in from Cope in the Sevilla media, they've come out saying that Barcelona are planning to submit the first offer for Jules Kounde as soon as next week. Gerard Ramirez come out saying that Barcelona and Sevilla are discussing the possibility of including a player in a possible deal for Jules Kounde. The name that sound the most right now are Sergino Dest and Memphis Depay, but the problem is their massive wages. Again, Sergino Dest for me is a big fat freaking massive no. But for Memphis Depay, if we're getting Raphinha and Lewandowski, I think the club and of course the Kool-Aids as well, a fan like me, will be open to that situation. Jordan Ramirez also came out saying, again, reassuring that Barcelona and Jules Kounde have a total agreement on personal terms. So his wages, his bonus for coming to Barcelona, length of contract, all that sort of stuff. Everything is done with the player according to Jordan Ramirez. And also, we have been getting some big hints about his exit. Kounde's name has been removed from the wall of players on the Sevilla official club store because the Ramos Sanchez Peach One, their official club shop, where they sell all the merchandise. They have a wall of players, their names, when you want to get their shirt printed or whatever it is. Kounde is no longer there. He's number 23. As you can see, goes number 21. The strict number 24. No 23, despite the fact that he's still a player with Sevilla. Apparently, Jules Kounde, the Sevilla manager as well, has came out confirming that look, Diego Carlos left. Jules Kounde will most likely leave as well. It's very, very clear that he's going to be leaving the club. The question now is, where is he going? Let's all hope it is Barcelona. Now, despite the fact I said to you guys a few seconds ago, it is a one-horse race between him and Barcelona, which it is technically, but there is another club sniffing around, and that is Chelsea. Nathan Gibson, who of course works for DiMarzio, he's come out saying that Chelsea are now re-interested in Jules Kounde and are working on a signing after the failed signing of Nathan Ake. As I told you guys already, Chelsea want Koulibaly, Nathan Ake, and Kimpembe. They've signed Koulibaly, they're working on Kimpembe, they were on the verge of signing Nathan Ake. The deal has collapsed. Who's the next option? Jules freaking Kounde. The club need to work on this. Right now for Chelsea, the priority is Kimpembe. They want to get that deal over the line. Once that deal's over the line, they're all in on Kounde. And that's what I will get worried. The club need to get Lewandowski done this weekend, and then next week, focus all on Jules Kounde. Offer 30 plus Memphis, 35 plus Memphis, get that deal over the line. If Memphis refuses to go, freeze them out or whatever. I don't care. You have to get this deal over the line. Because remember, Chelsea are loaded. They will offer what Sevilla they want. You want 60 million? Here you go. Give me the player. Oh, you want 60? Here's 50 plus 10 in variables. Here's 55 plus 5 in variables. Give me the player. Of course, they did that with Koulibaly as well. Napoli won to 40. They offered 38 plus 2 million euros in variables, and Napoli accepted it. So we'll wait and see. But again, Kounde, by the way, has agreed personal terms with Barcelona, but also with Chelsea when Mariana, the CEO, was there. So maybe they have to, redo the personal terms with them, but he has agreed to join Barcelona. I'm still hearing that his preferred destination is Barcelona as well. So I have to wait and see. But again, after signing Lewandowski, the next priority for Barcelona will be Jules Kounde. Now, along with a center back, the club are also looking to sign a new right back as well to reinforce the defense, with the priority, of course, being Cesar Azpilicueta, more specifically from Xavi. For Xavi, Azpilicueta is an absolute priority, and Barcelona are indeed working on this signing. Fernando Polo from Deportivo came out saying that Barcelona will accelerate the signing of Azpilicueta today. The club wants to start closing signings, and Azpilicueta is one of Xavi's priorities. The players also pushing for the move, but Chelsea need to find a replacement first. Again, we've been hearing this a lot. Chelsea want to sign players first, and then they'll be open to letting Azpilicueta go. Right now, they're not open to it. Of course, Barcelona and Chelsea can still agree on a price, but right now they want to keep him until they sign his replacement. Fabrizio Romano also came out saying that Barcelona are preparing their first official offer for Azpilicueta to Chelsea, and Chelsea will decide after completing new signings on his future. So again, Barcelona may offer 3 million euros upfront, but plus 2 in variables, 3 in variables, whatever it may be. Chelsea may accept that and say, look, we'll accept that, but first we need to sign his replacement first, whether it's, Kimpembe, Nathan Ake, whoever the hell it is. I don't really care about Chelsea's transfer window. Once they sign defenders, they will let players leave, i.e. Azpilicueta, and also don't forget Marcus Alonso as well. So when you see Azpilicueta, he's a priority for Xavi, but right now for the club, they want to finish off Lewandowski and Jules Kounde first. But Azpilicueta is definitely on the priority list for Barcelona in terms of the defense. Now, a position for Barcelona this summer that isn't the priority at the moment, but it could be later on in the window, is of course the midfield, with the future of Frenkie de Jong still in doubt, and his replacement is lined up to be Bernardo Silva. Jordan Ramirez came out saying that Joan Laporte and Jorge Mendes are very confident that if Frenkie de Jong leaves, Bernardo Silva will join Barcelona. Apparently, Man City, Jorge Mendes, and Barcelona have an agreement on a fee for Bernardo Silva for less than 80 million euros if we sell Frenkie de Jong. I've said this 1,000 times, I'll say it one more time. I need to see either Frenkie or Bernardo in my midfield. Do I care who it is? At this moment in time, not really. If it's Frenkie, great. If it's Bernardo, great. One of them has to be there. My head right now, the question is, who will it be? I think right now it's looking more towards Bernardo Silva, but I still think there's a good chance that Frenkie de Jong may stay. We'll have to wait and see, but Barcelona are still planning to replace Frenkie de Jong if he does leave with Bernardo Silva. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours. First up, the main candidate who will generate the most revenue in this sale, it is Frenkie de Jong, and we are still hearing at the moment that he does not want to leave Barcelona, despite the fact that Barcelona and Manchester United have reached a full agreement on his transfer this summer. Total package 75 million euros plus 10 million euros in variables. Samuel Marsden from ESPN has come out saying that Frenkie de Jong is still fully committed to Barcelona despite efforts being made to change his decision. Wage is not the issue for him at all. He took a pay cut and delayed his salary to help Barcelona. He only wants to stay, but of course at the moment that's not the reality. Fernando Porto from Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Barcelona have officially informed Frenkie de Jong of their intention to sell him in this window. The club would save around 40 million euros in wages, and his departure would facilitate other signings as well. Barcelona is confident being able to close this departure in the matter of the next few days because United are also in a hurry to sign him, also because they consider that the offer is one that they cannot refuse. The player has the last word though. Frenkie also knows that at a sporting level there are two fixed starters, Busquets and Pedri, and that other positions will have to be disputed between him, Xavi, Kesse, and Nico. And this is what Barcelona told him, and these conditions he must decide his future. Sport have come out saying that Barcelona have told Frenkie de Jong that he has to accept United's offer and leave. If he disagrees to leave, he might even be left out from the squad that leaves for the USA for preseason. Of course, now Joan Laporta has shut that down, and there are also reports coming up from Jaime Miguel saying that, look, Frenkie de Jong is not being left out. Xavi loves him. If he's going to be here, he will be included in that plane to America. And again, Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Barcelona and Manchester United have reached a full agreement for Frenkie de Jong. The deal is worth around 85 million euros with a guarantee fee of 75 million euros plus 10 in add-ons. Only obstacle is personal terms, as Frenkie still wants to stay at Barcelona. Firstly, on the fee, I'm so happy it's no longer in the 60s. 75 was my bare minimum, and now we've reached that with 10 million euros in add-ons. Essentially, we are selling him for the exact same amount we bought him from Ajax. I believe we bought him from Ajax for 75 million euros plus 10 add-ons as well. Exact same fee. Am I happy with that? No, I think 80 plus 10 would have been way better, or maybe that 100 million euro package. But then again, negotiations are negotiations. Look, with Frenkie de Jong, I still have a feeling he'll reduce his salary. All he has to do is say, look, I'll come down to 200k a week, send my 400k a week, and you can have that 17 million euros, and I'm going to stay. The club will keep him. So I don't really know. It is his dream. You know, he can go back to his Instagram back in 2016 or whatever it was. He was there with his girlfriend at the camp now, blah, 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 blah. Look, do I have an emotional attachment to Frenkie de Jong? Kind of. I've always liked the player. I've always desperately wanted him when he was at Ajax. I think he's a fantastic player. Does he fit the system? Not really, but I think he can adapt as well. He's still very young. I'll say this one more time. Bernardo or Frenkie, one of them have got to be in my midfield next season. Do I care who? Not really at the moment. One is going to be there, and again, the club are playing on that. They'll say, Frenkie, look, cut your salary in half. You can stay, because keep in mind, if Bernardo Silva comes to Barcelona, he'll be earning around 180 to 200k per week, which is so good for a player like him, by the way. I think that's a reasonable price for him. I think maybe you could say, you can argue that he's worth a bit more. Same with Frenkie as well. But again, as Mateo Edeman said in Raphinha's presentation, there is, and also Laporta said in Dembele's presentation as well, there is a new salary cap at the club, and all players, including the current players, must oblige to it. We'll wait and see. I think by the end of next week, by Sunday, what day is that? Let's just pull it up, calendar guy. By 24th, we'll know, because of course the team's going to go out on the US tour. I think the club maybe will talk to him before then. I don't know, but I think by the 24th, we will get an answer, because this cannot drag out any longer, man. We're here. We've been here since, what, May the 1st when Jordan Mayer said 95% he's going to Man United. It's looking like that may be true, but we'll wait and see on Frenkie. But again, same decision on the table. Cut your salary in half and stay at Barcelona, or leave the club this summer. Let's now take a look at possible exits and also at possible players staying at the club in a quick fire fashion. When I go through it quickly, give you guys the updates in my opinion. Firstly, on exits, Memphis Depay. AES have come out saying that Barcelona have informed Memphis Depay that he will have no place in the team after the signing of Raphinha and the most likely signing of Lewandowski. The club want to use him as a makeweight in Sevilla for the Kounde transfer deal as well. Look, with Memphis, I've said since day one, if we sign Lewandowski and Raphinha, he's got no chance. Of course, keep in mind as well, he will be removed from the promos for the US tour as well. That's a big fat adios in my opinion. Will he cause problems with his exit? I'm not quite too sure. He's been talking a lot about Barcelona, his live streams on Instagram, his tweets saying that, oh, this season's going to be scary, yada, yada, yada. He wants to stay. I'm so excited for Barcelona next season. We'll have to wait and see. I think the club tell him, look, you've got to leave. We want you to leave, blah, blah, blah. I think then he will leave. But at the moment, there's no strong communication with Barcelona telling him to leave. So we'll wait and see. Once Lewandowski's deals over the line, he's officially presented. I think the club will then try to force out Memphis because they have to at this point. The attack is absolutely stocked and he will get no game time whatsoever. And of course, he's a big player. He wants to play minutes. We're hearing that Tottenham may offer 20 million euros for him. I think that'd be a great move for him. I think 20 is a bit small amount. I would accept probably 20 plus variable or 25 as a fixed fee. So always see on Memphis, but again, most likely his future will be outside of Barcelona alongside Martin Braithwaite. Now this was probably the most funniest report I've seen over the past 48 hours. Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Martin Braithwaite is now open to leaving Barcelona after learning that he will not be part of the squad that leaves for the US. Wow, did Martin Braithwaite wake up from a 3-month nap? Like, my freaking god. Alongside Brentford and Sociedad, several foreign teams are monitoring his situation. We're hearing that Ajax are interested as well. If Alfred Schroeder can pull some masterclass with this, I may build him a statue outside the Camp Nou as well. Like, my freaking god. Now he's open. Now he's realized. I mean, have you not gotten any signals? Since you got injured, you played 12 minutes, lad. I swear, since Xavi's come in, because he was injured till January, Xavi came in November. Since January, he's played 12 minutes. What more of a sign do you need? But anyways, I'm just happy he's realized that now. Let's get the hell out. I think you think Memphis Depay has no chance. Braithwaite has. I think B team is where he's gonna be next season if he does not leave. So we're gonna see on Martin, but hopefully this man just packs his bags and goes. Of course, there's the World Cup in November. Will he get picked if he does not play a single minute? Probably, because Denmark are trash, but let's see with Braithwaite. Hopefully he has some ambition, because my god, this man looks like an absolute mercenary for months now. So we'll wait and see. But one player who's open to leaving the club and hopefully will leave the club at some point this summer is Samuel Umtiti. Of course, his move to Rennes fall through because apparently he failed the medical. But Juan Martin from Revivo came out saying the environment Samuel Umtiti explained that the reason behind his transfer not being completed with Rene is not because he failed the medical, but because they were reluctant to take the player who only played one game last season. In fact, the player did not travel to Rennes to undergo any form of medical checkup. So apparently Rennes just pulled out of the deal. Fair enough, whatever. There were big reports come out saying that he failed the medical. If he did, I would have went crazy in this video, but apparently he has not. Let's hope we can find him a move. He's open to leaving, but no one freaking wants him. The man's played one game in the past season. He's in a worse situation than Braithwaite, to be honest, because at least Braithwaite at the start of the season under Koeman, he played a couple of games, got 2 goals, then he got injured, then Xavi does not count on him. But with Umtiti, he's played 1 game, so we'll see on Samu. But I'm optimistic, because if we can get rid of Lenglet, we can get rid of Umtiti. Let's go for it. Let's hope we can get rid of him again with Kounde coming in, Christensen, Eric Garcia, Araujo, Piqué. He has 0% chance of playing a single second of football, even if we get injuries and suspensions, all that sort of stuff. But let's now discuss some players who could possibly be staying at Barcelona this upcoming season. Now, one player who I kind of saw coming, but it's in the same bracket as Samuel Umtiti, brace yourself, it's Mirlame Pjanic. Edu Polo from Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Mirlame Pjanic is still on the market, and if an interesting proposal arrives, he will leave. But his performances and attitude in the first training sessions have convinced the staff. The player will travel to the US for the preseason. Of course, he was included in the squad list for the all-out match, the preseason friendly, the 1-1 draw. He played one half, of course. And then we got the big one, Ben Aid, who of course is very, 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 very close to Mirlame Pjanic. He came out saying that Mirlame Pjanic wants to show his best level during the preseason. He has also been doing some physical training for many weeks so that he can be in the best shape, and the player wants to take advantage of this opportunity. Now, there are reports coming out saying that Pjanic could replace De Jong if he leaves, and the club will not sign Bernardo Silva. Look, if that happens, I'm done. If Pjanic wants, we already have, I think if Pjanic performs like freaking prime Pirlo, he has no chance of staying, because you have Kessié, Busquets, Nico, Gavi, Pedri, Sergio Roberto, and then either Frenkie de Jong or Bernardo Silva. 7 blood clot midfielders, and of course we got some great midfielders in the B team as well. I think Pjanic has no chance and shouldn't have a chance, but I am scared that if he performs well in preseason and Frenkie de Jong leaves and we don't get Bernardo Silva, he could be, written as that replacement. I am worried about that, but I think it's early days. We heard this before with under Koeman as well when he came back for the from the loan spell with Besiktas. No, what was the loan spell? Oh no, he just was on the bench for the entire season, and then we came back. Always performing well in preseason. So we'll wait and see on Pjanic, but I still think he has no chance, even if he performs very, very well. But apparently if he performs well, he could have a place in the squad for next season. Now, one player who Xavi trusts, but at the moment his future in the squad is a bit unclear, is Abde. Victor Novato from Coke came out saying that yesterday the coaching staff have told Abde that they are very happy with him and he has a chance of staying if he has a good preseason. Abde only wants to succeed at Barcelona, but he has many offers from La Liga clubs like Girona. Loan him out. Again, Dembele, Raphinha, Ansu, and Ferran Torres. He's got no chance of getting in unless we have a big injury crisis. Because of course, two can get injured, bang, you're on the bench, and the next one off the bench makes sense. I think Xavi at the moment is looking to keep another winger alongside Raphinha, Dembele, Ansu, Ferran. The question now is who will it be, Abde or Collado? With Collado, we're hearing some positive news, and that is that he's about to renew his contract for 1 year. Gabriel Sanz came out saying that Azpi's contract ends in June 30th, 2023, but the club has now decided to extend his contract until 2024. Discussions have progressed well and a total agreement is imminent. The announcement could be very soon as well. Also, Gerard Romero and also Fabrizio Romano came out confirming this. So Collado will extend his contract for 1 year, which of course will open the window for a loan move this summer as well. We'll wait and see. I think definitely one of Collado or Abde will stay in the first team. I think it could be Collado because again, remember Collado can play in the midfield as well. He can play as that creative midfielder where Xavi and Pedri play on the left-hand side of the midfield as an interior. He can play there. He can play as a center forward as well, worst case scenario. But again, of course, he can play on both wings, on the right and the left as well. I think Collado may stay based on his versatility, but again, Xavi is still a big fan of Abde. So we'll have to wait and see. Definitely one of them will be going out on loan. The question now is, will it be Abde or Collado? Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is give you guys some updates surrounding Barcelona over the past 24 to 48 hours, mainly around, of course, the activation of the second economic lever. Of course, we can sign Lewandowski, we can sign Raphinha, but we cannot register them without the lever, and also we need more money to sign Jules Kounde, Azpilicueta, and Marcus Alonso. Now, Sport have come out saying that Joan Laporta will travel to the USA for preseason with the squad on Saturday. Laporta will be able to sign the contract to sell 50% of the TV rights to 6th Street in the USA, where 6th Street is located. Again, the agreement is very, very close. Gerard Romero also came out saying the deal is imminent as well. Keep in mind that in America, everyone is there. 6th Street and also Todd Bowley, where we can negotiate with Azpilicueta and Alonso for Chelsea as well. So on that trip, a lot of moves will be happening, but mainly, of course, the activation of the second economic lever, which should be happening in the next couple days. Again, I think 24th of July, by the end of next week, it should be activated by then because we do need it to register players and also sign more players as well. It is very, very imminent. Again, Gerard Romero came out saying that Barcelona can sign new players before the lever, but it's impossible to register them without the second lever. Like I just said, of course, we can sign players. We have some money, but again, to have more money and to register these players, we need the activation of that lever. Again, it'll be happening soon. 6th Street, again, 15% for around 320 to 350 million euros. If we can get to 400, that'd be brilliant. But I think the club right now are, a bit probably happy with what they can get. Again, they want to sell, the whole entire 20% for around 500 million. They already sold the first for 200 million, 10%. Now they want at least 300. If we can get 320, 330, that would be perfect. So we'll have to wait and see. But again, the second activation of the lever is imminent as well. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. Firstly, on the signing of Jules Kounde, do you think it's possible, and also do you think it'll be easier or harder, with Chelsea's interest still looming in the background? Secondly, on Azpilicueta, I think that deal will end up happening, and also for what fee? Thirdly, Frenkie de Jong, whether he'll decide reduce his salary and stay at Barcelona or leave the club this summer. Fourthly, on all the other exits, Neto, Umtiti, Braithwaite, Depay, you think those exits will end up happening or not? And finally, your thoughts on the signings of Raphinha and Ousmane Dembele. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.